Repeat after me. It is possible to heal. It is possible to heal. It is possible to heal. Welcome to my art table. It's so good to have you back. We're here making symbolic art. And by symbolic art, what I mean is it's far less about the finished product and more about the intention, the symbols, the meaning that is infused on the pages as you go through the process of feeling your emotions, thinking your thoughts, setting your intentions, and building a better life one brushstroke at a time. So today we're going to walk through my process. And as you can see, I'm starting with water, and we filled the peace bowl, we filled the jug with the plant, the diffuser was already full, and now I am sprinkling in drops of a joy potion along with a potion that's specifically made for me and my purpose of creating a sanctuary online where Spirit will bring you and people like you to experience healing. And I'm so grateful that you're here watching and lighting a candle now for a prayer that we heal so that we can move forward into a fuller, more joyful expression of who we were born to be. We were not born to suffer. We were not born to live out our lives in pain. Here now, I am sketching in the 12 points of light, strong spirit, blessed body, how they merge together, and as such, free to focus on all the goodness that God intends for us, free to feel every emotion, free to attune to the path that our higher self has laid out. Every life is customized for each individual. So that said, your life is customized for you by your higher self. And you can pick up at any moment and tune in and find the path to joy. I, at this point, have chosen my bird stamp as my symbol of self-love, and I decided where to place those birds based on where water droplets had fallen. So on the page there were 3 drops of water, and on those drops of water I stamped in self-love. So a reminder that as we cry and process and feel and heal, that an attitude, an approach of self-love and compassion is the most beneficial way to come to this tender, vulnerable place. And I'm stamping in the word heal. Again, repetition, repetition, repetition. I'm currently doing an internship, learning how to teach children, and repetition is key. And we're just grown-up kids. And we think we know it all, and we quit repeating the new things that we need to learn. We think that we need to hear it once and integrate it, and that is not at all how learning works. And I realize that we think that we're stuck in our old ways as adults because we quit repeating the new patterns that we would prefer to feel. So anyhow, at this point, I have a little chant that I like to repeat in my mind as I move the pencil across my page in that way. The grid fills in, the music plays, we are filled with grace. The grid fills in, the music plays, we are filled with grace. I've added a Dreamcatcher from the air to the land, symbolic of making our goals concrete so that our dreams can become reality. The grid fills in, the music plays, the money comes, we're filled with grace. And the stamp that I just used was a field. So you've got little hills, little wisps of wheat. And this particular painting turns out to be very pale. I don't use a lot of color. You may find that you need a lot of color. There's no right or wrong way. I'm doing feather strokes, but hard and angry strokes, or timid and tentative, or just excited. Scribbles, whatever you feel like your body needs the most, allow for that free expression. If you want a lot of color, use a lot of color. This is just my current approach that works for me, but I'm not teaching a step-by-step painting process. This is symbolic art designed in this particular case for healing. And the whole time I'm painting and moving my brush around, I'm just softening into a meditative state where my thoughts are slower than usual and where I am better able to hear the whispers of my higher self. Mixed blue now, representative of the sky, of dreams, of wishes, of possible goals, bringing the sky down to earth where the goals are set. And the goals open up the portals for those dreams to become reality. I have a separate video where I talk about the difference between goals and dreams. Goals are within my control. Dreams are up to the unseen. And I'm chanting that as I paint. Goals within my control. Dreams are up to the unseen. And here I am writing a question to my higher self. And the question is, what's required? What's required for me to heal? What's required for me to heal? I know you know. I don't need my doctor to tell me exactly. My doctor can give me clues, but you know, soul. What's required? What's required? There are steps. There are physical things I can do. But what are they? What are they? What are they? That's the prayer. It's the prayer. And now, drawing a small figure, so small. This was all intuitive, not planned. You know, so often I paint great big heads and throats, but here the representation of me is so small compared to the greatness of our Creator, the greatness of the divine. And those little dark strokes are the dreams becoming a reality, but it starts deep under the earth first. And it requires our diligence, our persistence, our repetition over and over to establish a foundation where we can meet our goals and our dreams can be met for the ultimate experience of joy. And here I'm painting joy, joy, joy up in the sky, knowing that my higher self is joyful. And I would really love for my physical self to catch up with that consistency. As it stands, I have moments of joy, pockets of joy, but not the sustained exuberance that I know is possible when I fully attune to what my soul is designing, has designed, is broadcasting to me all the time. The same is true for you. It's true for all of us. We have a soul that is broadcasting to us constantly, and it is our responsibility to tune in through prayerful, meditative practices to align with what that message is, what that intention is that's being broadcasted to us from a higher plane that takes us as our small self and enables us to impact our surroundings, both near and far. And I'm writing something here about personal prayer, to pray your way. And this is something that we all have the privilege of developing for ourselves. I know I was taught a specific way to pray when I was young and grew up thinking that in order for God to hear me, I had to follow those specific steps, and the prayers where I failed to follow those steps never made it up to heaven. But I've come to learn that every thought we have is a prayer. And so as we give ourselves permission to explore and experiment and listen into our gut instincts, to our emotional responses, we can identify ways to pray through poetry, paint, song, dance, movement, gardening, journaling, all those and so many more are approaches to prayer. And it's such a cool gift we've been given to freely express ourselves to our Maker and have the experience of that connection, that healing connection, that healing that's only possible when we tune into our own hearts, our own gut instinct. So again, more symbol, more prayer, with self-love and wholehearted compassion, with repetition and a meditative mind. What is required for my healing? What is required for more positivity in my life? What is required for me to know myself, to know my needs, to set goals and achieve them and realize my dreams? Prayer for you, that your healing will become a reality as you repeat the process of prayer again and again and again, however that process unfolds for you. So much love.